It's there, sitting on the bench now with a big lead.
10 minutes away from a Crocs upset. 10 minutes away from a fight back of epic proportions in this final series. Grand finalist and winners last year. The Breakers in a hole right now. Ben Allen on the baseline. Just easy as you like around Gary Wilkinson.
Gary Wilkinson bites on the shot fake. Gotta let that Ben Allen have that jumper from 19 feet contested. Instead, it turns into a layup.
Wilkinson, too hard. And another turnover for the Breakers.
These guys are just not on the same page tonight. Plays that were going well for the majority of the season as C.J. Bruton gets called for the blocking foul. But right now, the offense just not on the same page, not in sync. These guys just, they don't look like they're just not playing well together right now. Might be feeling the pressure a little bit, trying to press, trying to dig their way back into the game.
Over 9,000 at Vector. A little stunned. Down 17, 76-59. It is quiet here. Trying to get some atmosphere going. This Gill finds Allen, gives it back. 4 to shoot. Gill, by all accounts, this will probably drop. It doesn't, thankfully, for the Breakers. Cedric Jackson had it. Abercrombie inside to Wilkinson. Over Mims. We've got a push. And that'll be a push on Mika Vakona.
Mika Vakona early in the possession just missed Gary Wilkinson in that high-low. That's been their most effective play here in the second half. High-low action. They've been getting some good offense out of that. Missed it that time and ends up getting a foul instead.
Holmes tripped this time by Mika Vakona. So 2 fouls in a row. That is not good news for the Breakers. And that'll be foul number 4, and he needs to take a seat. As Boucher and Corletto come in the game, and Cedric Jackson will take a seat.
As you see, just barely tripped up the toe of Jacob Holmes. Tough pill to swallow, but he absolutely affected the progress of Jacob Holmes, even though it was just barely with his big toe there. And there you see the foul trouble. Everybody, a lot of key players sitting on 3 fouls or 4 fouls, with Mika Vakona the only one on 4.
Gill turns the corner. Holmes, Michael Cedar for 3. Drops Michael Cedar with a big bomb. And that is a 20-point lead for the Crocs.
Offensive clinic is being put on display at the moment. Perfect ball movement, finding the open guy.
Abercrombie hits another 3. Scoreless in the third. They need him to step up now.
He needs to have the same fourth quarter that he had in the first half.
He's had big fourth quarters throughout the regular season. And Tom Abercrombie has 17. He's 3 of 4 from behind the arc. It's Mims on Bruton. Abercrombie pulls down the rebound. Looks up. Crossover. Finds Corletto. Bruton challenged by Cedar. May have got a tip on it. Bruton will shoot it again. He's not shy. Wilkinson cleans up the offensive rebound. That's the hustle the Breakers fans want to see.
And finally getting a little bit of effort on the offensive glass as Cedar strides straight to the basket. Gary Wilkinson has to challenge late, gets the foul, but you see all that work on one end by the Breakers. 3 attempts at it. Gary Wilkinson finally makes a contested layup. On the other end, the Crocodiles just drive right down the lane. No help comes until too late. Go straight to the free throw line. Just the effort levels that are being put forth on offense are mismatched right now. The defensive game plan for the Crocodiles is being run to perfection.
Andre Lemanis voted Coach of the Year in the NBL. He's earning his coaching stripes right now, sitting on the bench, talking with assistant Dean Vickerman. As his other assistant, Judd Flavel, talks to Cedric Jackson. And that Breakers Brains Trust finding it quite hard to come up with answers. Abercrombie. Back-to-back triples for him.
He has 2 shots in 3 possessions here. He only had 2 shots in the entire third quarter. This guy is hot. He's feeling it. You got to start feeding him the basketball, run some offense for him. Because when he has space right now, it's finding nothing but the bottom of the net.
Still plenty of time in this fourth quarter. 7:21 to go. The Breakers down 13, sucking back the my zone. It is winning time coming up in game 1.
Defensively now, okay, stay up the flow, run, jump, trap. On balls, we're going to be in red, all right? So we're going to come and blitz on-ball screens and make sure we shoot some gaps behind it. Be aggressive, carry hands. We've got 4 fouls.
You want to deny rather than nail it. Deny rather than
Yeah, absolutely. Take away that next one, scramble behind it. Hey, we got ourselves back in the game here, all right? Keep it, give me the defense, and then get it and run. This next one, CJ's saying, Bouch is coming down, all right? Setting that screen for Tommy, you're coming up, okay? G, you're coming here and setting the on-ball for Tommy, okay? You fake it and come back. CJ's coming back off that. You stay in the corner.
Hey, if you can't hit him, I'll flash you back the elbow.
Well, Thomas Abercrombie coming alive in the fourth quarter. The little catch and shoot plays. First it was a handoff from Dylan Boucher, then just coming off the screen from Dylan Boucher. 2 open looks, 2 3-pointers, 20 points for the game on only 10 shots, shooting at playing at such a high efficiency rate, but just needs to be used a little bit more.
Averages just over 15 points a game. Tom Abercrombie, if this is going to be Tom's team, then he's proven it right now. He's trying to get his Breakers teammates out of this ditch. And he got a foul on the floor. CJ Bruton with his 4th. And that may mean Cedric Jackson will check back in. And Cedric Jackson may have to stay in for the rest of the game.
That really affects the 3-point shooting ability of the Breakers. They did have 4 3-point shooters out there a moment ago. Cedric Jackson has been given the 3 by the Crocodiles tonight and hasn't been able to hit any of them.
Cedric Jackson's on 3 personal fouls as well, so he has to be careful out there.
Well, at this point in the game, you just have to play with reckless abandon. You get that 4th foul, you get that 5th foul, does not matter. You have to leave it all out on the court to try. There's nothing but supreme effort that's going to get you back in a 14-point, from a 14, now 15-point lead.
Peter Crawford, over 400 NBL games, never won a championship. 15 points. And that sums it up as Wilkinson just lost the handle and then blows the layup. Abercrombie, will it be 3 triples? Mims skies for the rebound.
Multiple opportunities, can't convert. First a lost ball by Gary Wilkinson and then just couldn't finish either of the other 2 plays.
Abercrombie on Gill.
Now the Crocodiles slowing it down, controlling the tempo. The clock is their friend. They want to use 24 seconds on every possession.
Gill tied up by Abercrombie. Mashincha just tipped it in over Gary Wilkinson, as easy as you like.
Luke Schencher.
Too much size.
10 points on the night now. 8 assists to go with it as well.
He's going for a double-double.
8 rebounds. He's close to it.
He's going for a triple-double. My goodness. Corletto. Schencher almost pulled down his 9th rebound.
Somebody tell him what the stats going. The big fella with the triple-double would be phenomenal.
Incredible in a 40-minute game for a center that size. But the Crocs are drilled, well drilled by Will Pitt. Mims with 7 on the shot clock. Hassled, harangued by Dylan Boucher. And it'll be Crocs ball on the baseline.
However, Mims hesitated. Dylan Boucher took advantage of it to knock the ball out of bounds. 5 seconds on the clock here. And every possession key right now for the Breakers. As you see, the big fella, Luke Schencher, 10, 8, and 8 in the game.
The Breakers in all sorts of trouble right now. 84-67. 5:46 to go in the game.
Well, if you remember earlier in the season, they were down 23 at one point in the first quarter. Were able to come back and win that game. But to come back from this deficit now would be just about a miracle.
Look, set up here, PC. Elvin, Eddie. Elvin first. Keep going. Eddie. Then PC. 3:41, but PC's here. We got 5 on the shot clock. 5 on the shot clock. You got it? Hey, fellas, look, defensively, please. All 5 rebounds. All 5.
As Paul Warford knows, it's about the possessions right now. If they can just contain, rebound the basketball, run down the clock, they're going to get this win. 17 points, 5 minutes and 46 seconds to play. Tempo, a slow tempo, is their best friend at the moment.
Catch a break as Crawford pulls it short on the 3. 84-67. Kona. He can't get it to drop, and it's Peter Crawford who pulls down the rebound. And Mims, bad special awareness right there. He was out of bounds.
Not really his fault. Peter Crawford just tosses him the basketball when he's trying to run down the court. And on the defensive effort, though, Luke Schenscher coming back after the switch and challenging that Luka Vakona shot to make him miss that layup. Excellent effort.
Peter Crawford did say my bad to Alvin Mims. Jackson trying to make things happen into the big stuff. Draws the foul. Just going either Mims or Schenscher.
He just forced that contact into Mims there. He's saying, hey, you're too slow to guard me. I'm going at you.
And Alvin Mims picks up that personal foul.
Look at those penetration ability. He's just on ice skates out there. You can go in any direction at any time. But hasn't come to a lot of fruition tonight.
Jackson makes both.
You see the press defense from the Breakers.
84-69. Crawford stolen by Boucher. Needs somebody to give it to and gives it up to Vakona. Jackson on Crawford. Spins around. Cedric Jackson. Wow. A whirling dervish.
Took him to the laundromat, put him in the spin cycle. Couldn't decide which way to go, so he went both.
84-71 now. Under 5 to go. Crawford, ball on the floor, poked away, loses it. Jackson has it. Schenscher hustling behind him. Corletto. Vakona wants it. He's got a mismatch with Michael Cedar down low. Jackson tipped away by Eddie Gill. It's a breakaway, and it'll be a layup. That is a killer.
And Eddie Gill, unsung hero. 19 points on the night. The Breakers had ample opportunity to get a shot off there. Just aggressive defense scrambling around for the Crocs. Took it away.
It's bounced off Alvin Mims' foot as Jacob Holmes comes into the game.
That last possession there really could be all she wrote. Went from 13 points to 15. Had they been able to get a 3, would have cut it to 10. But game-changing steal by Eddie Gill. Just getting his fingertips on it. Easy as you like finish with a layup. Little tap of the backboard for good measure.
Boucher drives. Tries to drop it off to Vakona. He's been in there for quite a while and the shot clock expires. Nothing doing on that possession.
The Breakers are just bewildered at the state of affairs going on.
Inside to Schenscher. Abercrombie on him. Tied up by Dylan Boucher, but he fouled him. He reckons he got all ball. The referee on the baseline says you got him on the arm.
Looked like a lot of basketball from this angle. But once again, if it looks like a foul, it will be called a foul. For the most part, the referees have allowed the players to play. There's the fighting in there. Could have been a foul on Thomas Abercrombie earlier. Gets a hand on the ball, possibly a little arm. No dice. Sending Schenscher to the line. Shencher able to hit the second, stretch to a 16-point lead.
87-71, 3:47 to go. It's almost a bridge too far for the Breakers as Jackson resorts to shooting the three. That is an ugly shot in the scheme of things, but it's the only option at the moment. They got to shoot their way back into it.
0 for 4 on the night now. So much more effective when he just puts his head down and penetrates, but they're just playing off him so much he can't turn down the jumper.
Holmes inside to Shencher. He traveled. Turnover.
Tough one. That's Shencher's move. He's done that one 100 times this season if he's done it once. Gets called for the travel that time, though.
We have a timeout with 3:18 to go. 16-point lead for the Crocs. A stunning turn of events at Vector Arena.
I'm a big man right now. We're going to come and blitz that if that's the big man before the on-ball happens. All right, go ahead and work that. We're going to go and double and rotate on everything. If it happens to get to an on-ball, then go. When the ball's up the floor, we can't be sitting back and letting people get catches. Stay up on the front side of them, take some chances. Offensively now, obviously we need some quick stuff. All right, so on the fly, G, try to set a nice high on-ball. Cedric's here, pop it. Mickey, you're hard on the rim. Or go ahead and run a trans quick. All right, here. Run quick, you got to get that speed a bit wider because it's coming off here and I'm coming off here. You can't settle for threes right now. You got to make something happen for us and get in the lane. This one here, run a trans flare for CJ. All right, so it's here. Gary, you're the screen setter. It goes on the U-Mix. Gary, you set that for CJ. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Quick hitter's the name of the game right now for the Breakers. As we see Shenser's night, layups around the rim, putting back his own misses. A lot of buckets. They're not showing the assist game they had going on, but look at that deep hook. Tough ask. He's everywhere defensively, too, getting some blocks, help side defense. The big fella, very effective for the Crocodiles.
4 veterans on the Crocs floor at the moment as Bruton can't get it. Vacona tracks it down. Michael Cedar, the only one in his 20s. As Bruton hits that three, leans into it. 87-74. Full court pressure now.
No quitting the Breakers. Going to keep shooting up those threes, try and get into it.
33-year-old Eddie Gill. Poked away by Jackson. And the Crocs have it. 12 on the shot clock, 2:44 to go in the game. Double-digit lead for the visitors. Game 2, Thursday night in Townsville. Only 3 losses all season for the Townsville Crocs. Shencher. Baby hook. The Breakers get it off the glass. And Jackson splits the double team, loses the handle as he hits the floor. He felt he was tripped.
He's incensed about the no call on the contact. As Jacob Holmes comes back again with the fast break three, finding the range. Confidence says, forget about the clock. I'm just going to shoot this ball.
90-74. Stunned crowd at Vector as Wilkinson drops the three to answer. Cedar gives it up to Holmes. Oh, Peter Crawford is wide open. That drops. Peter Crawford with another three, and that'll do it. The Townsville Crocs in the box seat. 93-77 with that 16-point lead, and Peter Crawford has 20.
Nail in the coffin there by Peter Crawford. Back-to-back transition threes. Not even worried about running down the clock. Those guys are hot. Got 4 players in double digits for the Crocs right now, led by Peter Crawford with 20. As we see, Jacob Holmes on the break, hits the three. Next one, almost identical. Peter Crawford from about 2 feet over.
Jacob Holmes on your screen there, 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Not bad for a guy who's just going to school at the start of the season.
Yep, double degree. Vacona makes both. 1:40 to go. Crocs just happy to wind it down as they break the press from the breakers with ease. As Peter Crawford just gets an easy bucket, really.
Rubbing salt in the wound, just scoring at the end of these breaks. If you're going to give us these opportunities, they're going to take them.
CJ Bruin tangled up with Michael Cedar. The Townsville Crocs may just put 100 points on the breakers. No one would have picked that coming into the game one.
It is surprising, to say the least. But what a game plan by Paul Warford. Came in and just really taking the breakers out of the things they want to do.
Wilkinson gets the basket. It is good, and he'll go to the line.
Wilkinson
still working hard.
Still working hard. 7 for 12 from the field. Only 2 rebounds, though. Does finish there. 18 points right now.
The energy is gone at Vector. Gets the roll. Some of the loyal Hardy fans cheer on the made free throw, but it's eerily similar to last season when Perth came in and blew them out in game one. The breakers, on the back of a superb performance by Kirk Penny, took game 2 and then did it in game 3 against Perth to advance to the grand final series against Cairns, as Peter Crawford is fouled on the reverse layup attempt. Can they do it again? Can the breakers head to Townsville on Thursday night? They have a few days rest. They have a few days to consider what went wrong here tonight. And Mika Vakona fouls out on that one. They still have plenty of time. It's not a quick turnaround in this series.
Historically, Townsville has been a very difficult place for the breakers to get wins. They were able to get a win a week ago when somewhat controversially Paul Warford rested a lot of his key players down the stretch in the 4th quarter. Read into that what you may like, but after those events, one team came in full of confidence. I think both teams came in full of confidence, but the Crocodiles were really able to capitalize on that in the 3rd quarter.
I think most teams in that position, if they fancy an opponent, they would have done the same thing as Paul Warford.
No doubt. If you think you can beat a team, it's all about getting there. Getting to the IINet NBL championship games, the final series. That's what they wanted to do.
You coach yourself into a position like that, you deserve to run the game however you want. Abercrombie inside to Wilkinson, poked away by Michael Cedar. 37 seconds to go. Mims has it, gives it up to Jacob Holmes. Holmes will shoot it. Holmes will get it back.
Just an offensive rebound for good measure, and that's going to be that.
Just a 1 second differential. The game clock a little bit greater than the shot clock.
Crocodiles do not have to shoot it. Just let this game end. They're just standing here, victorious. Peter Crawford.
Why not?
Peter Crawford.
Fill the stat sheets. 24 for Crawford. That'll do it. Eddie Gill has the fist raised. He is pumped. The Townsville Crocs have come in and stunned the minor premiership winners, the New Zealand Breakers. 21-7 on the regular season, counted for naught tonight. They go down in a blaze of glory against the Townsville Crocs, who've come in and shocked the defending champions in game 1 of the 2012 ANZBallaz NBL final series.